left behind. Not a minute wasted on the truth.
So many reasons to stay. It's taking.
Hello again, Carmen Ryder here, back with another commentary. Finally, I can do a drama-free commentary after dealing with the shit regarding that situation. There's still more to talk about in some places, but it's nice to take a break. Today we're going over a response someone made to one of my videos. Pepper Tay. Now real quick I want to say this. According to my server, Pepper Tay is a bit of an infamous figure. But just know that I won't be going into that here. The video is titled, Power of Sinning, Carmen Ryder. Anyways, let's get into it.
Actually, never mind, I want to bring this up before we get into the meat of their video. Carmen, where's the link to the video you're covering? Yes, I did find the video myself, but others may not know where it is. Because since this video is a very important part of your video, not adding a link to it would be reckless at the end of the day. And if your audience has to find it themselves, then that is not a good look on your part.
I used to do this mainly so people wouldn't be harassed. Yeah, I trust my audience to make the right decision, but at the same time, I rather not give people ammo. I've started linking videos as of late because I realized, oh right, I have a disclaimer. Also because I realized keeping context is more important than some creator trying to tell me off for harassment when I specifically tell people not to.
Also, dolls with teeth.
They're obviously printed on.
I like how they never said that they were real teeth, just that it's a doll with teeth. So this part just doesn't make any sense, to be honest.
Because it doesn't make sense to be upset over printed teeth on a doll. Plus, given their criticism of Mordecai being a bird with teeth, it seemed like they were trying to imply that the teeth were real.
Tag up! Tag up!
Jeez, how much room do these two need? This bedroom is huge.
How exactly is this a sin?
Because the bedroom looks really big, and it would come to question as to how much stuff did they put in that big as fuck room.
Well, yeah, but Mordecai and Rigby never chose their room. At least according to the episode First Day, which is a remastered version of the original pilot.
Like, if you have to have that big of a room, you probably have a lot of stuff to put in there, right? Right?
You're not funny.
Oh, you want us to put the hurt on you? I think he wants me to put the hurt on him.
I think he wants you to put the hurt on him.
You think he wants me to put the hurt on him?
Ah, so it's gonna be that kind of show, is it? Got it. So I guess we'll just add a few This Goes On for Some Time sins to cover the repeating things over and over shenanigans. On and anigans?
You're not funny.
No explanation, and humor is subjective.
How many times am I gonna have to explain to these people that you're not funny is a running gag? Also, subjective does not mean something is immune from criticism.
Like, if you know that the humor in regular show gets funnier, and that there are more gags to it, then why not show us? Also, this is where I now finally realize that this is a reoccurring issue with this video. That most of your points are so short with no explanation that it's not funny. That becomes a problem because it will be hard for sins to improve if you're so vague on your points.
Well, I did kind of fast forward past it in my video. TV Sins himself does actually laugh at one of the jokes in the original video. I mean, there isn't really much to say at times. Especially relating to Sins videos. Like, what else do I say? Also, did you really expect a corporate channel to improve? It's like asking Watch Mojo to improve.
How would any of those items pop out of the trash can when Rigby takes up the entire circumference?
Cartoon logic. As a reviewer, you should be familiar with the concept. Now granted, not everything should be chalked up to cartoon logic, but it is still very much a thing.
That literally doesn't justify Sins' issue that this doesn't make any sense, and your point just comes off as more of an excuse rather than an explanation.
I mean, of course, something is gonna come off as an excuse when the criticism is seemingly grasping at straws. Slapstick isn't supposed to be scientifically accurate.
but it wasn't as awesome as when you punched that hole in the wall.
I'm not sure which one is Beavis and which one is Butthead yet, but I'm sure I'll figure it out by the end of the episode.
Ah yes, the argument that every show with a comedic duo is just a Beavis and Butthead ripoff. By that logic, SpongeBob is a Beavis and Butthead ripoff.
It wasn't an issue that Sins had, it was just Sins saying that they so far don't know who Beavis and Butthead are.
No, they were trying to imply that the show is a Beavis and Butthead ripoff by comparing the two to those characters.
We just need to ask him for a raise and just explain all the...
No, that's not gonna work. What are you, 65?
No, because then Mordecai would be legal retiring age and not need a raise. Hambone on that, little nugget Rigby.
It's an analogy! Also, this is the show's way of conveying that Rigby is the less smart of the two.
Okay, this isn't on Carmen's first point, but regardless of the lack of explanation, I agree. It was an analogy on something. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about races. But regarding your first point, this is irrelevant to the conversation. Because Rigby being the dumb one isn't something I don't think was ever brought up.
You're right! It wasn't brought up. And that's the problem. Is that TV Sins failed to see the relevance to that scene and only took it as face value.
Get the zipper on a wizard gown thing is probably a joke, but if the show had bothered to do any research, they would know that wizards are notoriously anti-zipper anyway. And the whole reason they even wear the gowns in the first place is because of the mutilated wand incident of 763.
And if you did your research, then you would know that wizards don't exist in real life.
Then why keep this point in if you know that you're wrong? This is just reckless on your part.
I kinda thought it was funny, hence why I took off a sin. Plus it doesn't matter anyways because the reflection of wizards in media isn't reflective of wizards IRL.
Also, this is a pretty lame magic keyboard. Not only are the keys different sizes, it starts on an A and ends on an F and doesn't even span 2 octaves. Even the smallest keyboards usually start on a low C, have a middle C, and end on a high C.
It's almost as if the artists need to omit details for the sake of style or simplification.
Yeah. And that doesn't excuse how the structure of the notes aren't realistic or the size of the keyboards being inconsistent.
I know. I was trying to point out that it doesn't matter. Who the fuck would even analyze something like that? That's all for today. If you want more from me, you can follow my Twitter, watch my DeviantArt. If you want to talk to me directly, you can join my Discord server. If you want to support the channel, you can donate to my Patreon. And until next time, goodbye.
So am I. So am I. So am I.